Okay, hi everybody, welcome to Drinks with Mika. Today we are going to be reviewing So Not Worth It. It dropped on Netflix South Africa last week or so. So I had been binge watching it. So I finally finished watching it and there's just a lot I want to discuss and unpack. I loved it. I think point of departure is for me to say that I really enjoyed the show. It was fun. It was funny. It was refreshing. I love the diverse cast as well, and it was very different from the other shows that I have watched or I've been watching. So I literally did stop watching everything else to just sit and then watch So Not Worth It. And it was so worth it to watch it. Um the scenes, I'm gonna touch on some of my favorite scenes. There were a lot, but I'm not gonna touch on all of them because I don't want to ruin it or spoil it for somebody who has not watched it yet. You understand? So I'll touch on a few scenes so that, if you're still not convinced yet that you should watch it, after watching this video, you'll definitely be convinced that you need to go sit down and watch So Not Worth It. So there's a scene where Hans's grandfather, right, comes to him in his dreams and still does not remember his name. You understand? Hans like, no, that's not me. That's my cousin. Oh no, that's my other brother. That's not me. And then they end up getting into an argument with his dead grandfather, who's in his dream and still doesn't remember Hans's name. And it's like, my whole entire life, even while you were alive, you didn't remember my name. Even in death and even in my own dream, you still don't remember my name, grandfather? Really, grandpa? That was hilarious. It really knocked me out. Like I was like dying, right? And then not Tetris, sorry, Terrace. The player, the Casanova, the ladies' man, he's really carried his role perfectly well. And he also offered great comic relief, and I also then loved his character development towards the end of the season as well. So it was amazing. I like seeing it because sometimes you find a person who is for comic relief or painted as the ladies man or anything like that, but then you find that their role does not develop into anything more outside of what they were first introduced to the show as. So I like that how as the series or as the season developed, right, we also got to see some character development with him as well. um Hyun Min, right, hopefully I'm pronouncing the names correctly. My guy can't keep a secret. Who needs a telegram? Who needs to post anything on Twitter, on Instagram, or in the newspaper when you have him? Because the minute you say something to him, he cannot keep his mouth shut. The minute you say something to him, it is going to be broadcast. It's almost as if he goes out and says, hear ye, hear ye. Did you hear? Mika told me a secret. You understand? You literally do not need to advertise your news once you tell it to him, because it's going to be in the streets telling your business to anybody who's willing to listen. Yeah. Jamie, Siwan, and Carson's misunderstanding, all created by who? Yunmin. Why? Because he's the lady whistle down of the show. He tells tales, fables and stories on behalf of everybody, right? It was hilarious to see. It was also funny to see Siwan getting jealous over Jamie as well. And it was also to see how Jamie and Siwan's relationship also then developed throughout the season. It didn't take too long. It wasn't too fast. I feel like the pacing of how the relationship developed was quite nice. Siwan's idea or belief that she can sing, I will not lie, that scene took me out in the karaoke bar. You understand? It literally took me out because he was like, Jamie was like, is this even the sound of a human? It was hilarious. The show was really funny. Another part that also killed me was Min's disappointment at the caliber of soldiers that our Carson's boyfriend actually introduced them to, because they did not fit the standard of the soldiers that she had seen in Descendant of the Sun. It was the best of reality versus expectations. When you realize that the reality is completely different from what you have expected, it was hilarious. And I also feel like it served the soldiers right, because they were out here talking about how they want, foreign girls. They don't want any Korean girls and whatnot. And then the girls or the foreign girls that meet them, they're like, with your caliber of looks, you should not be out here demanding that you only get foreign girls instead of Korean girls, and mustn't be out here thinking that you're better than anybody. Because if anything, right, you should be grateful that girls actually showed up to come on a blind date with you. So it was hilarious, the disappointment on both sides, especially the guy when you find out that Siwon is actually not Japanese and all of those things. And then there was a part whereby he was like, is it because I'm ugly, right? Or where he was asked, do you not like me because I'm ugly? And then she was like, yes. A mess. It was hilarious. The show is fun. Like I said, I don't want to spoil it. I just touched on a few things or a few parts that were my favorites. It was hilarious. There was one part where they did a goblin reference, Jamie and Hyun Min. That was hilarious. I find it to be hilarious when they did that. Also, when Jamie did the whole rap break our way about his sneakers and all of those things, hilarious. Really, 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 really funny. However, I think if we do get a season 2, I do want a season 2. I do want to see more character development for Hyun Min and Carson, right? Because I just feel like Hyun Min circles the drain in terms of the things that happen. Like sometimes it feels like he's not the main character. He's just there for everybody and for everything. I want a well-established or well-developed storyline for him as well. For Carson also, because I feel like for Terrace that is happening, I am invested. I want to see where the current storyline is headed, where it's going. It must not be something that just blows over and we don't have finality and whatnot. So I also want to see the same thing for Carson and for Hyun Min. And then Minnie and Sam, I want to see where their relationship grows, but I feel like it's gonna be one of those relationships where it's full of love and passion and breakups, every 3 weeks because they fight over silly things. Those cute little relationships that people enter into when you're still young and all of those things. So I think that's gonna be cute to see as well. But overall, I would give it I think a 9 out of 10. I genuinely enjoyed it. Like each and every episode I was laughing. There was a scene or two or whatever that had me in stitches. You understand? When I was watching the last episode and when Hyun Min loses what he loses, I'm not gonna say what he loses because I don't wanna ruin it for those that haven't watched it. I was there like, you understand, losing it. I'm like, this can't be episode 12. This cannot be the last episode. So I really hope we do get a season 2 because some series you find that at the end of the first season, you're not sure if there's anything they can, offer us in the second season. Here, I feel like there's quite a lot that they can still give us or offer us in a second season or even a third or a fourth season. You know what I'm saying? Bring in more characters, more diverse characters as well. Even the supporting cast, like everybody, it was just talent and diversity. It was beautiful to watch. It was refreshing to watch. And I also want to know, like, is there a major reason as to why most of them use their real names in the series? Was it intentional? I've seen other shows before where that does happen, but you find that it's like one person. So here I'm just interested to know, is there like a real reason behind why everybody, if not almost everybody, uses their own real name? Did people have an option to choose whether they are given a character name or if they can use their real names? That is something that I really want to know. And